Hi, I'm Seamless, and today I'm doing a hardware review on a piece of a very special piece of equipment that's actually extremely relevant to my interests, and will be relevant to some interests of people who are familiar with sort of my work on my channel. What this is the Yamaha AG03 mixing console slash audio interface, and what this tiny little thing does that is very special in comparison to most other pieces of equipment is that it's designed for streaming, and it solves a very specific problem. Um, and it's sort of a hilarious comparison. What this guy is doing right now is actually something that I usually use this entire mess for, and including these audio interfaces over here. Although I have those specific audio interfaces because of other uses like drum recording or whatever. But you would still need to have another audio interface plus this external mixer. It's a four bus mixer, which is to say that it has two pairs of stereo outs to control and to do the kinds of things that you can do just out of the box with this thing, because this is designed essentially to replace all of that. What it does, and what it actually is doing right now, because I'm using it right now, is that you can have your various inputs. Right now, I have a microphone input, but you can also have there's more inputs that you can have. There's also a larger version of this, just an AG06, which basically has more inputs. And you can route out as an actual mixer to your amplifier, to your monitors or whatever, which I'm doing right now. But it also has internally this loopback routing, which is set to right now. And what this does is that it does what I do with this mixer, where it takes all the inputs and all the outputs and routes them all together to be sent into the AG's one input. So, for example, I could have my DAW open, and I could have it set to use the audio interface. And here you can see my voice coming in through the one input right here. This is just a meter. We're not actually hearing it coming through here, but here's the one interface, the one stereo input. And then if I were to play the track, it's routed back out into these two inputs that we're hearing, and it's being picked up by the system's microphone input, which I'm using XSplit right now to broadcast, and it streams it back out as if you're hearing it coming from your own system, and essentially as good clarity as you're going to get. Not only that, but on the actual unit itself, go back to the camera. Here we go. On the actual unit itself, we have this monitor mute button, which actually removes the microphone input from the monitor output. So right now I'm not hearing my voice, but you guys are hearing my voice. And it's actually coming through the input. It's doing all this complex routing internally. It even has its own built-in compressor to just sort of make the voice sound prettier. And it's doing all these things, these very specific things that I really did require this monstrosity, which is hilariously also a Yamaha mixer, to accomplish previously. And here it is doing it all in a very small package. Now, I personally would still require some of the audio interface usage that I use for the PreSonus box if I want to record drums, or if I want to do an actual instrument input and that kind of thing for recording. But as far as streaming goes, this thing is an all-in-one streaming audio interface. It's even designed to do like more sort of gaming applications. It has these aux input, and it also has the headset input, which is a traditional 8/4 eighth-inch input, where it has the mic input and the headset output, and it's just designed to do regular that kind of thing. So you could have your audio running perfectly from your computer or whatever other gaming system, routed in, routed out, routed around to make it work out. Not only that, but there's an independent computer level audio, monitor level audio, and of course the fader for my own voice. So if we go back to over here, we can see, my voice comes in through here. I have the usual, the trim and the fader and that kind of thing. But when I play this track, this is controlling essentially the output of the audio interface's ASIO processing, without any kind of external routing or whatever that normally would have to do with this hardware mixer. Because that is one of the things that I'm doing with the mixer. If we look at the big mixer, this guy right here, this is the output from the audio interface coming back in, so that this channel, that's lit up here is what would have been accomplished with this knob that I was using right here. And then way over here is my voice input, and then these two are both going into the one bus, and then going back into the inputs of the audio interface, which are way over here. The stereo inputs of the audio interface, so I can pick that up from XSplit, and then on the monitor out where it's going to my actual speakers, I have the mix that does not include the headphone setup. So like, this is what would have been necessary to have a clean, sort of professional sounding loopback in a regular environment. But then this thing is just designed to do that, and I'm actually rather surprised that this is the thing that they decided they needed to do. And for someone like me, who is a professional streamer, professional video producer, this is precisely something that I would need. As well, it's so small and so compact. I could actually go and do a mobile stream. And I have tried to do this before with audio interfaces and with laptops in the past, where I do essentially what I've done here, but on a smaller scale, and it does not work. And it's not super wonderful. And this is a 24-bit, 192 kilohertz interface as well. So it's very high quality, and everything about this is just super perfect for this application, and it just solves so many things that I would have spent so much money to sort of have regular functionality that this thing just does out of the box. Like I said, it's a very surprisingly specific piece of hardware that, I mean, streaming as a whole is definitely becoming more attractive and more accessible. And Twitch just announced that they're doing, the music streaming and the whole music production angle on things. So streaming is about to get a lot more popular and much more important to be done well. And for what I do for my own productions and lessons and that kind of thing, like I can also use this to do Skype lessons where my audio is routed through Skype as perfectly as you're hearing it in this video, except for the fact that it's mono because Skype only transmits audio in mono. But for doing lessons, for teaching people, and for collaborating and that kind of thing, having this kind of like perfect transmission and also control over the transmission. It's not some kind of hackneyed ridiculousness that requires a lot of routing or whatever. It just does it out of the box. It's very, very impressive. So I'm super happy that Yamaha got me one of these to look at ahead of NAMM 2015. And I implore you that if you're going to go into live streaming and music production streaming, that this is something that you can get as an all-in-one solution to do precisely everything that you'd want to have a very high quality level of production value. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, let me know. As usual, have a nice day.